We are here at the brand new, just opened Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood.
And as you can clearly see, look how amazing it looks. It's real. Nintendo is real. There's so many things to see and do.
So let's speed run this thing and see all the cool stuff you're going to be able to do here.
So let's go! Woohoo! I never thought I'd say this, but we are here in Bowser's Castle in real life.
It's crazy because whenever you come to a theme park, it's all about the rides, right? And this land, Super Nintendo World, it's all about Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge.
The main attraction here at Super Nintendo World. And we could probably do a whole video on just this place. I mean, we're about to walk through Bowser's home.
We're going to need one of these, the visor.
Wow.
So, thank you very much, sir. Let's try one of these.
Like a Mario hat. Yes.
This one fits me nicely. How does it feel?
It's a me. Oh, I think we're about to go. We're going to cut to generic B-roll of the ride because we can't film it because it's an AR experience. You can't capture that on camera.
That's right. There we have it. We did it. We raced. Thank you.
We did lose.
No, please.
We did lose.
I appreciate it.
We lost. Bowser won. You can lose in this ride.
But you'd never really lose if you get to do Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge.
But
Really?
we did actually lose. Team Bowser did win.
That's true.
There is skill involved.
There is quite a bit of skill. You actually do a lot of the aiming of your items using your visor. It's really very cool. So if you're going to make a visit here to the Mushroom Kingdom, you have to see the stars of the show. That's right, Mario, Luigi. It is a pleasure to see you, sir.
Luigi just said hello to me.
I know, you should be so proud.
Guys, it's not Super Nintendo World without Mario and Luigi.
I'm having so much fun. Can I high five you?
Wow, you guys high
thank
five.
you.
Wow.
Oh! So when you've actually got your appetite being here in Super Nintendo World, you're going to find yourself here at Toadstool Cafe.
We are very full. Everything was delicious.
We made an effort to try every single thing that we were presented.
But for things that we recommend, the Luigi chicken sandwich with the bell pepper was very good.
But also the short rib was excellent.
I'm going to lick this clean after we finish rolling. We are here at the One-Up Factory gift shop.
No, we are just checking out some of the coolest things in the gift shop. Now, I wasn't aware, but did you know Bowser was an oil tycoon?
He currently is. But I want to show you some really cool exclusive merch you can get. I love the Yoshi stacking game. It's $35 US, and what a great way to be able to collect every single Yoshi color in one go. Look at the back of it, kind of showing how the game works. Again, this is exclusive to Super Nintendo World, so I think I'm gonna have to actually buy this while we're shooting this video.
All right, well, you make your way over to the register while I show off this Chef Toad figure. Now, they have figures of Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, but also Chef Toad, and I feel like I had to pay homage to the amazing lunch we had with this incredible Chef Toad figure. Collectible, exclusive here.
I love that. But Ben, how are we gonna carry all of these things out the door?
No way. There's no way we can do it.
Mario Kart backpack, that's right. And look at this. It's a real seatbelt.
Ah!
Safety first.
Click it or ticket. Throw all your items in this bag and let's get out of here.
All right, I can take this, right? I don't have to pay for it? So what did you think of Super Nintendo World?
You can let us know in the comments and like and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch. Well, I think this is the warp pipe out of here, so...
You go straight to the parking lot?
Well, that's convenient at least.
All right.
Do we need to get validated?
Oh, I think I saw a Shy Guy doing validation.
Hey there!
It's me!
It's me also! We just got to visit the Mushroom Kingdom for real.
That's right, Super Nintendo World was amazing. I felt like I actually warped into a Mario game.
And as you might guess, this place is full of tons of little details meant to make fans happy.
So let's run them down. Here are the 10 coolest things we found at Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Let's go!
Let's go!
I never thought I'd say this, but we are here in Bowser's Castle in real life.
The cool thing when you walk into the ride, you are greeted with basically Yoshi's Island. You hear Yoshi's story, like music, and then you kind of start to go through the queue.
Yeah, and then once you get upstairs to the top floor of the queue, you'll see a giant Bowser statue that greets you.
Yeah, it's Bowser's Castle. You kind of walk through his workshop. You see blueprints of bullet bills. It's actually quite terrifying. But you go through the line and then you're doing a Mario Kart race.
Super Nintendo World, it's all about Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge.
The main attraction here at Super Nintendo World, and we could probably do a whole video on just this place. I mean, we're about to walk through Bowser's home.
It's everyone versus Bowser, and so you suit up, which is just putting on a headset.
Yeah, so they have a visor, and then once you get onto the ride, you will actually clip in magnetically a plastic AR goggles that will attach to the visor. We're gonna need one of these, the visor.
Wow.
So, thank you very much, sir. Let's
And
try one of
it's
these.
shaped like a Mario hat. Yes.
This one fits me nicely. How does it feel?
It's a me. Oh, I think we're about to go. We're gonna cut to generic B-roll of the ride because we can't film it because it's an AR experience. You can't capture that on camera.
That's right.
The actual ride itself had very cool set pieces, like actual real like piranha plans, like very kind of big, but I was more focused on like the actual virtual 2D racers that I am supposed to aim and hit shells with, but I was like, wait, I actually want to see the actual ride part, but you don't have time to do it.
But depending on how you do on the ride will determine if you win or lose, and you can lose. And of course, we lost. There we have it. We did it. We raced. Thank you.
We did
Thank
lose.
You. No, please
We did
stop.
lose.
I appreciate
We
it.
lost.
appreciate it.
Bowser
Right.
won. You
Right.
can lose in this ride.
But you'd never really lose if you get to do Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge.
But
Really?
we did actually lose.
This is why I say you have real Bowser energy.
What are you talking about?
Because you're evil. So if you're gonna make a visit here to the Mushroom Kingdom, you have to see the stars of the show. That's right, Mario, Luigi. It is a pleasure to see you, sir.
Luigi just said hello to me.
I know, you should be so proud.
Guys, it's not Super Nintendo World without Mario and Luigi.
I am having so much fun. Can I high five you?
Wow, you guys high
thank
five.
you.
Wow.
Oh! So when you've actually got your appetite being here in Super Nintendo World, you're gonna find yourself here at Toadstool Cafe.
My favorite part of Super Nintendo World was the food. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
Yeah, it's just like, and you know, like theme park food, say what you want about theme park food. It could be good, it could be bad. It's good for what it is, blah, blah, blah. Guys, the food at Toadstool Cafe is actually really good.
We are very full. Everything was delicious.
We made an effort to try every single thing that we were presented.
But for things that we recommend, the Luigi chicken sandwich with
Yes.
the bell pepper was very
But
good.
also the short rib was excellent.
I'm gonna lick this clean after we finish rolling.
So to make the most of your experience when you're here in the Super Nintendo World is you're gonna wanna get one of these, one of the power-up bands. We've both got Mario, but you've got Luigi, Peach, Yoshi.
Daisy, Toad.
Thank you for finishing them off. Yeah, they interact with all kinds of touch points around the park. So, for example,
All the coins that you collect in the park when you're hitting question blocks, they're saved on the power band, and the power bands have a QR code that you can pair with your Universal Studios app. You can bring those coins to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch, which is crazy.
but we were hitting question mark blocks, collecting our coins.
Yeah.
We were revealing hidden characters around Bowser's Castle and elsewhere in the world.
Yeah,
It
there's like a little Mario thing. You kind of put it near it, and then it appears like Mario or Peach or Bowser, and it's magic. I like, wait, where's the projector? Like, it's very cool, and like, I mean, kids are gonna love it. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a great accessory, and kids are going to love it even after. And possibly, if you want to keep making return visits to the park, that is something you're going to want to keep.
We are here at the One-Up Factory gift shop.
No, we are just checking out some of the coolest things in the gift shop. Now, I wasn't aware, but did you know Bowser was an oil tycoon?
He currently is. But I want to show you some really cool exclusive merch you can get. I love the Yoshi stacking game. It's $35 US, and what a great way to be able to collect every single Yoshi color in one go. Look at the back of it, kind of showing how the game works. Again, this is exclusive to Super Nintendo World, so I think I'm gonna have to actually buy this while we're shooting this video.
All right, well, you make your way over to the register while I show off this Chef Toad figure. Now, they have figures of Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, but also Chef Toad, and I feel like I had to pay homage to the amazing lunch we had with this incredible Chef Toad figure. Collectible, exclusive here.
I love that. But Ben, how are we going to carry all of these things out the door?
No way. There's no way we can do it.
Mario Kart backpack. That's right. And look at this. It's a real seatbelt.
Ah!
Safety first.
Click it or ticket. Throw all your items in this bag and let's get out of here.
All right, I can take this, right? I don't have to pay for it? Hey, Ben.
Yeah,
You remember those old-timey viewfinder things you'd put a quarter in?
I do.
Well, guess what? Super Nintendo World has one of these right here in Frosted Glacier, which you guys can't see, but we are here.
It's just one of the many discoverable areas here at Super Nintendo World. Now, although this is not necessarily like a telescope or binoculars, there is a camera and it is providing an AR of the land where we can see additional characters.
And there's a lot of Koopas flying around. There's a Chain Chomp. There's a red Yoshi in the background. Like, they are real. Yoshis are real.
One of the coolest things you'll notice when you're in the park is all the awesome Nintendo music that is just playing in all the different attractions.
Yeah, the attention to detail is really good. I mean, there are some deep cuts. We walked into the Bowser's Challenge ride, and I heard Yoshi's story from Nintendo 64. When we were eating at Toadstool Cafe, I heard the theme for Super Mario Galaxy. I really wish you guys could hear the music. You guys just gotta come to Universal Studios Hollywood. Come meet us. We're here always.
No, that is not true.
I want to be here always.
But having never seen anything from like the Mario world in real life, what we can say about this park is it's authentic.
So what did you think of Super Nintendo
You
World?
can let us know in the comments and like and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch. Well, I think this is the warp pipe out of here, so...
You go straight to the parking lot?
Well, that's convenient at least.
All right.
Do we need to get validated?
Oh, I think I saw a Shy Guy doing validation.
Admiral on the bridge. And Captain on the bridge.
You will probably find this inspection boring for the likes of you two.
Boring?
Well, we won't be blowing things up. Taking or engaging in fire, crash landing expectedly or unexpectedly.
Those were the days.
There is something coming.
Battle stations.
Some kind of attack. And Starfleet could be the target.
There's a darkness, an all-consuming darkness.
And it is getting stronger.
Jean-Luc, trust no one.
Jean-Luc Picard. We will have vengeance.
You and I have traveled to the far reaches of space. But something's different now. This is the end, my friend.
Geordie!
Such pathetic old warriors. I, too, was once irrational, violent.
Is anybody you know still the person you knew?
This is life or death.
It's always life or death, Jean-Luc. When has it not been?
With each ticking moment, I will take another piece of you.
Battle stations!
Survival. Human nature, pal.
We fight or we die.
Close it!
Gun it! I need you. All of you.
We're with you. Always.
Engage. Are you enjoying this? Of course not. Are you?
Medic!
Oh, Jesus. What is that?
Millions of dollars worth of cocaine fell from the sky this morning in Knoxville, Tennessee.
There's more of this out there. They dumped it somewhere.
I'm looking for my daughter.
Forest is a dangerous place.
Hey, Henry, check it out. Something got into it. A deer, maybe.
A lot of cocaine was lost.
I need you to go and get it.
No, don't eat that, don't eat that. Let's see what kind of effect that has on you.
The bear. It fucking did cocaine. A bear did cocaine.
There was a bear.
A bear?
It was far.
Hey, that's inappropriate.
You're safe. Bears can't climb trees.
Of course I can.
Oh, shit.
It kind of seems like the thing that stays with the man forever.
Apex predator. High on cocaine. Out of his mind. Oh man, you fucked.
What the fuck is wrong with that bear?
Shoot it, man! Bear, speed up!
Higher, baby. And don't ever come down.
We have such good luck in nature.
You're a symbol.
I'm the Sun Summoner.
Are you willing to sacrifice that which is most precious to you?
So, Thor, tell me about this dish. Did you eat it a lot when you were alive?
In my family, we would eat his last meal before my father would ride off into battle. But one spring, father did not return. And we never eat testicles again.
Oh, Thor. I wish I could try them. What do they taste like?
Truth is, been so long, Thor not remember what they taste like. This is sad for Thor that this memory is lost.
I have an idea. Sam could try them and describe them to us.
Yes, Sam, please. In memory of my father, try the testicles.
Jay, the ghosts are asking if you could eat some of the dish and describe it to them.
Isn't that something you could do?
Yeah, any person, okay?
What? Women aren't allowed? That's so unfair, but also out of respect to your culture, okay?
Fine.
Well?
Yeah, it's not great. Why is it so chewy?
Yes, all coming back to Thor. This is very special moment.
Oh, Thor. I love this side of you.
Oh! Oh, God. The cab just enhances the flavor. Oh, this is a disastrous pairing.
That's him. my father. What secrets did he take to his grave?
Glad you came back, my beautiful canvas.
Your father's ego has suffered more than we anticipated. Who is she? Answer the question for yourself. Benedict.
Holy Aureus, giver of life and light. In your divine radiance, we trust. Shield our souls with grace, our hearts with hope, and guide our path eternal. Turn our gaze from what lies beyond your luster, where wickedness dwells and the shadows reign. Arm us with your golden splendor, so that together may we vanquish the darkness. In light, we walk. The Lords of the Fallen.
And I'm like, no. Vash, I don't think Vash would say your boy.
I didn't either. That's why I went with Jay-Z.
But then obviously, you know, we can make an adjustment there. I think we'd do like, what was it? I need some ammo, maybe? Yeah, I need some ammo. And then they'll just, you know, the writer, whoever the director will come in there and maybe adjust some things in there. You can offer a suggestion.
Hurry! Help! Please! I need some ammo!
so good.
That was so amazing. Yeah, I was really hoping though to hear Vash finally say "your boy."
Your boy.
that would have made my day. And that made my day. Thank you. John, I want to thank you so much for talking to us. This was so much fun. Trigun Stampede is streaming right now on Crunchyroll and Hulu. Check it out.
That was Trigun Stampede. Be sure to catch new episodes every week on Crunchyroll. Next, 9 Years of Shadows is an upcoming pixel art Metroidvania heading to PC and Switch, and we can't wait to play it. Specifically, me. I see pixel art, I see Metroidvania, I play. Let's take a look.
IGN FanFest is presented by Company of Heroes 3, available February 23rd on PC.
The average Cinefix movie list features nearly 100 different films and approximately 25 minutes worth of wall-to-wall deep dive analysis. To simulate that pace for this 30-second ad, we're featuring 26 different films, and before you say it, no, that math does not check out. We're not math people, we're movie people. We can't even count down from 10 without ending up at, like, 96. Subscribe to IGN Movies and TV for more Cinefix movie lists. Bad at math, great at movies.
Okay. Oh, wow.
That's actually my ringtone, and there's so much more where that came from. So follow IGN on all social platforms. We've got video game previews, we've got celebrity moments, and so much more. So come on, tap that follow button so I get paid.
The IGN Game of the Year for 2022 is Elden Ring, but I want to go ahead and talk about the IGN Game of the Year for 2023, which is, of course, Tears of the Kingdom. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Seth, Tears of the Kingdom doesn't come out for another 5 months. Well, I don't have to listen to you because you're not my dad. Tears of the Kingdom earned its title as IGN's 2023 Game of the Year basically the moment its 2023 release date was finalized.
Mr. Miyamoto, are we going to get a new Mario game next year? Oh, he's nodding yes!
Mr. Miyamoto, are we gonna get more DLC for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker?
Ooh, good question.
That would be wonderful.
Oh,
He's disappearing. Don't miss out on the chaos. Every Thursday, we get together to talk about all things Nintendo. Tune in and be part of the NBC family.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Crifo, game director on Chia. Let me show you some of the really cool locomotion abilities and traversal options that we built to make exploring the world of Chia fun and rewarding. This is a game about exploration, so it was super important for us that moving around was intuitive, responsive, but also deep enough to stay engaging throughout the whole game. In Chia, you are not bound to design routes and areas. You can climb any surface organically, even at weird angles, and carve your own path through the islands. You can use the terrain's verticality to your advantage by sliding down slopes and use your glider to cover long distances and break your falls. Well, sometimes. Taking hits and performing intense activities will drain your stamina, but you can upgrade it by finding magical fruits around the archipelago. All foliage in the game is physics-based. Swaying on trees and catapulting yourself through the air is an efficient way to cover long distances. In Chia, you'll spend a lot of time in the air, so why not add a bit of style to it? You can do spins and flips, and even dives, if you're precise enough. We wanted to emulate the excitement of getting lost into a rich, unknown world. This is why we designed our map system without a player marker. We think this encourages observation and exploration, and makes finding a way around the archipelago much more rewarding. Chia can help you by guessing her general location, and using orientation signs will narrow down your position, forcing you to explore and interact with the world around you. To cover greater distances across the archipelago, you can use your trusty boat. It is easy to sail, but still requires you to be active, as you need to manage both your sail and steering paddle. And while exploring, you will also find docks that unlock fast travel destinations to let you get around the world faster. Let's dive into one of the game's most unique mechanics, Chia's soul jumping ability that allows you to take control of any object or animal in the game world. Early in the game, Chia discovers that she has unique soul jumping powers. Her left eye starts glowing and she is able to warp into nearby objects and animals. Some objects have different characteristics. For example, explosives can be super useful during combat, especially when used alongside soul throwing, a mechanic that lets you aim and shoot an object towards a target while regaining control of Chia on the spot. It's up to you to be creative and discover fun ways to use objects. Soul jumping into animals is also super powerful. Most of them have unique abilities that can help you with traversal, exploration, or are just great fun. Using your soul jumping abilities will deplete Chia's soul meter, and more intense activities will drain it faster. You can upgrade it permanently by consuming super rare fruits that will add a slot to your soul meter, and doing so, as well as progressing through the story, will unlock the full potential of Chia's soul jumping powers.
Hello, you are watching IGN FanFest, a massive celebration of all things games and entertainment only on IGN. Now up next, we're checking out Polite Society, the upcoming action comedy film about a stunt woman in training who has to beat the crap out of a bunch of bad guys in order to stop her sister's wedding. Now look, we've all been there before. Now let's take a look at Polite Society.
I'm pretty sure I drew blood.
Hey everyone. Polite Society follows an aspiring stunt woman who puts her skills to the test to save her sister from an impending marriage. And I'm so excited to be able to talk to stars Priya Kansara and Ritu Arya, as well as director Nida Manzoor. Welcome, guys.
Hi, thanks for having us.
I'm really excited to say we're about to debut an exclusive, never-before-seen clip. Nida, can you tell us what we're about to see in this moment?
Yeah, so what you're about to see is our two protagonists really come at each other. You know, this film is a love story between two sisters, and this is the moment where they are not getting along at all. Our younger sister, played by Priya Kansara, has been really annoying and has gone too far, and that has caused the older sister, played by Ritu Arya, to come and find her and is about to serve her the biggest ass whooping the world has ever known between two sisters.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to see some kick-ass action. Let's roll it.
So you bumped into him at the gym, huh? Really?
No, I followed his movements and tracked him down. I wanted to meet him, seeing as he's my soon-to-be brother-in-law.
What did I tell you about staying out of my life?
Oops.
I told you to
not gonna let you throw your life away. He says he loves you and he doesn't even know you! He thinks you're kind. I am kind. No, you're not. You're arrogant. You're egotistical. You're an artist. The sooner you get out of this Stepford wife Carter phase, the better for everyone. That was a phase, Rhea. This is me. This is me. The Lena that I know would never give up on her art.
Well, boo-hoo, she did.
Why?
Because I'm not good enough.
That was amazing. Insane all around. How long did it take you guys to prep for this scene?
We started like stunt practice and fight practice like weeks before we started shooting, like maybe a month and a half or so, a month before. So me and Ritu were really lucky to kind of be able to like bond through this experience as well, like over the time that we had in like rehearsals and stuff. And yeah, we have some really intense fight sessions together, actually.
Yeah, I think we had like a week or so before we started shooting. And then, yeah, whilst we were filming, I think they would sort of take us away and we'd sort of practice it through and build the fight with sort of adding more ideas and sort of playing around. It was really nice to just get to be in a room with Priya and just hang out and play.
I think in the clip, specifically that moment with the flat iron, when I first saw it, I was shocked. Their weapon choices, their fighting styles, it says so much about their characters. How did you capture their dynamic through the fight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad you mentioned the flat iron moment. That was for me a must. My inspiration for this fight was, was drawn from so many fights that I love. The Daryl Hannah Uma Thurman fight in Kill Bill. Also, there's a fight in Haywire with Michael Fassbender and Gina Carano. These are like really visceral, intense fights, and where like stuff is broken. And I'm like, I want to have a visceral, intense fight, but it's about two sisters who are, love each other and who know each other so well, but who are at total loggerheads. And having a sister, I know what that feels like, and I wanted to show that feeling of sisterly tension and animosity through an action sequence. Stuff needed to be broken. It needed to be handheld to get in and amongst the emotions of the sisters, and I wanted to use as much of the actual location in the fight. I think fights that have really inspired me, that I love in cinema, are fights that really use the space. So for me, it was like, what can we wreck? And what says sisters? And young women. And so a flat iron is a perfect weapon.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that you bring up having sisters. I have sisters. And so I feel like I really resonated with, even though they're kicking each other's asses, like this does feel like a sibling argument. I think you captured that so well. Ritu and Priya, were there any particular characters you maybe were thinking about or had in mind?
I mean, we had watched bits from Kill Bill and The Matrix and Rush Hour, and so we were taking sort of inspiration from those films. And yeah, I've been fight training for a little bit with Umbrella, like season 2 and 3. So yeah, I had like sort of martial arts in me that I was sort of inspired to bring too. So I think, yeah, that's where it came from for me.
One of the other things that kind of comes to mind is, I don't know if you've seen the film Step Brothers, but there's a fight that happens in that, which is really hilarious because it's like the most ridiculous fight. It's like definitely more comic than it is, I think, as like horrific as this one is. But there's like this really fun energy that's built in that fight as well. And I really love that fight so much. In fact, I love that movie. I think it's hilarious.
I think also what's so fun about the film is this juxtaposition of the concept of a polite society with embodied by sort of the expectations that are placed upon the girls with the martial arts of the film. And like you said, you know, you want to strike that tone where the audience can experience the brutality, but like it not feel sort of disconnected from the story like as a whole. So I'd love to hear you talk more about like balancing those things.
So glad you noticed that. And it's just like, can we use action to look at the pressures of being a young woman today? I think we can, and I hope we did.
If I had seen this movie growing up, it would have changed my life. Like, I found it so hard growing up and not having anyone that looked like me, like on my screen. And it was really isolating. I grew up in a town where there wasn't much diversity and at the time. And so I really suffered with like not being able to feel, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. And I just think watching something like this, I would have felt brave.
I'm so excited for more people to see it. So thank you all for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Polite Society hits theaters April 28th. Go watch it.
You just got to look at Polite Society, the ass-kicking comedy coming to theaters on April 28th. We've got to take a quick break, but when we come back, a few of us here at IGN got to visit Super Nintendo World, the brand new Nintendo theme park packed with Super Mario-themed rides, shops, and snacks that may or may not contain a ton of mushrooms. We're going to smash open some question blocks and give you all the answers you're looking for when we come back after the break, so stick around, because FanFest will return after this. Woohoo!
IGN FanFest is presented by TikTok. Share your favorite games and all the ways you play this February on TikTok using hashtag Let's Play. Tune into IGN 1 on your smart TVs for the latest news on your favorite releases, gameplay exclusives, and all the entertainment you can handle.
Cinefix on IGN 1, your friendly Friday night home for film fanaticism.
You're watching The Weekly Fix, ready to fill you in on anything you may have missed in the world of gaming and entertainment.
Welcome to Should I Play This?
This is what to watch here on IGN 1.
Find it all in one place for free on IGN 1.
They turned into a network. Who knew?
This is cool. It looks really appetizing, and I want to eat it. I'm sorry. It looks like a toffee apple or something.
I mean, can we give it? Can we afford to give it to her?
No, I won't eat it. That's crazy.
Just the rest of my audience is so hard to hear. Wow, I love Karen Gillan. She's amazing as Nebula, and you know there's so much more where that came from. So follow IGN on every social platform. We've got video game previews, we've got celebrity moments, and so much more. So come on, let's hit the follow button, or else I'll get fired.
6 years ago, while talking about Sonic on Game Scoop, Brian, you had this to say.
Real point where we need to admit that this was never really a great franchise.
Nope. Wow. It was never really a good franchise, huh, Brian? Well, I'm sorry. We're well over, believe it or not, 100 Sonic games, 2 movies, a long-running comic book series, and 6 shows. When you besmirch Sonic, you besmirch everyone associated with Sonic, okay, Brian? Brian, I want to present you with this.
I will hold that L. I was wrong. I have since come around on that character. I have watched the movies with my kid and enjoyed them immensely. Sonic Frontiers is fun. I liked Sonic Colors. I liked Sonic Generations. I liked Sonic Mania. Something we can all agree on is that Sonic has been good. It's Crash Bandicoot that's never been good.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
If you enjoyed that, check out full episodes of Beyond, IGN's PlayStation show, as we talk, argue, and goof on everything PlayStation. New episodes drop every Tuesday on IGN.com and IGN Games on YouTube.
What's going on, Super Nintendos? It is I, Seth Macy, host of IGN's Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Voice Chat. Up next, a few of us here at IGN got to go to Super Nintendo World, the brand new theme park that is packed with Super Mario themed rides, games, shops, and snacks that may or may not contain an overwhelming amount of mushrooms. You probably have a few questions about all of that. So here is a quick AMA of all things Super Nintendo World. Wahoo!
Hello there, fans. I'm Benjamin Watts.
And I'm Jeffrey Vega.
And we were lucky enough to have gotten an early look at Universal Studios' Super Nintendo World, which is opening any day now. We rode the rides, we ate the food, we asked you what you wanted to know about it, you submitted some of your biggest Q blocks, and we're about to smash them with our answers. Jeffrey, what do the people want to know?
Media Viewer 7 asks, what was the experience like going in for the first time? Were your expectations met?
What was it like when you first stepped into the land?
It is a very wonderful moment that I will never forget, where you walk out and you see the entire land. Look, the land at Universal Studios Hollywood is small. It's in a corner of Universal Studios Hollywood, and you're just like, oh my God. It's tall, it's huge, it's colorful. That was the biggest thing, that I felt like I was actually in a Nintendo world.
Yeah, like I definitely had the expectations of what we'd known beforehand, that it was probably going to be quite small, but they really maximize that space. They really do. And if you are a Nintendo fan, stepping into that world, they did an amazing job with just the attention to detail, and you really get sucked in.
And it's really cool because like there's never been a Nintendo theme park in the United States, which we could have never imagined.
Now, Zonix asks, what is your favorite particular detail you saw at the Super Nintendo World Park?
I would say my favorite thing, it seems kind of obvious, but the question blocks, they're everywhere. And if you have a power-up band, you don't even need the power-up band, really. You can just hit it and you'll get coins, and you'll hear a coin sound effect. You could also hear the sound when you hit a block and it's done. There's no item in it. You can kind of see it all throughout the park. There's some that are, of course, reachable for you. There's some that are lower for, kids. There's some that are high up and inaccessible, and you can kind of see like shells kind of bouncing back and forth. It's very true to the game, which I really enjoyed that.
The power-up bands do play a huge part of your experience interacting with the world. And I think what you'll notice if you go when walking around is the incorporation of classic music that seems to have been re-recorded to this very high fidelity, reminiscent of all those old songs. It's amazing. And how they've included separate games. When you enter Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, one of the first areas is based off Yoshi's Island, which for anyone who played that game back in the 90s or lately, it brings up some strong nostalgic moments.
Darth Eric asks, are those wristbands worth it? Seems like a $40 gimmick.
First of all, Darth Eric, they're called power-up bands.
But they are not worth it. Well, I'm just gonna say it.
Wow.
I want a full disclosure. Universal Studios did provide Ben and I with one for free. They are $40 plus tax. It's not cheap, and they are like a little amiibo puck, and they're a slap bracelet. So it is expensive for what it is like physically, but the technology behind it is really cool. So it has like a QR code that you can pair with the Universal Studios app, and you can collect coins in real world and like transfer them to Mario Kart, which is like, we could do a whole thing on that, which is really cool. Mario Kart from 2014 or 2017 technically for the Switch. Anyway, I think that they are not worth it, but I will say that anyone who's at this park probably is a huge Nintendo fan, and you'll probably get it anyway, let's be real.
TX Bull Taco asks, is there a Birdo? I love Birdo. Jeffrey?
This is a great question, TX Bull Taco. Thank you for asking that. We did not see Birdo. We love Birdo as well.
I mean, I'm indifferent to Birdo.
No, Birdo is my main in Mario Tennis. So
really?
I'm a huge Birdo fan. Unfortunately, we did not see her in the park. Maybe she was in, hiding somewhere, but we did not see her there.
All right, Chris Dosmill, I hope I'm saying that incorrectly, asks, can I enjoy myself with a budget of $50? I would say no. Especially if that's how you plan to get into the park. You're probably not going to make it through the front gate with $50, but if that's what you have to spend on top of a ticket, you can get a nice lunch. You can pick up something from the Nintendo store.
The burgers are like $17, which, park food is more expensive. Get a burger. They had like really fun like figurines and toys in the gift shop. If $50 is all you have, like you can definitely like get something to bring home with you and enjoy the food there. But if you're already there, you're definitely gonna be dropping some coin.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
All right. MXA Ghost asks, what was a hidden detail that a lot of people will miss? Wow. Yeah.
It is a very dense experience. There is a ton of stuff to see. So there is a lot that can be missed, even though it's not a big space. My favorite like little hidden detail was what was like the ice mountains. Do you remember what that was called?
Frosty Glacier.
Frosty Glacier. There is, like you would see at any sightseeing location, they have those binoculars that kind of overlook the park, except it's a camera on one side, so it is a screen that you are seeing on yours, and it has augmented reality, AR effects. So as you look around the land, you will see there was a
there was Koopas
chain
flying
chomp,
around.
yeah, Koopas in the sky.
There was question blocks kind of floating around, and it wasn't like a fake digital screen. Like it was a camera, because I would look at the people in real life, and then I would look inside the machine. I was like, oh, there. Like I wish you had come down there so I could have like recorded you. And then you can even point it to the sky, and there's like a little like block with a beanstalk, and it goes up to the sky like in the games. And I'm like, oh, this is fun.
But you won't find yourself walking past it naturally. You do have to like see it, find it, and get to it. So that's something people could definitely easily miss.
Yeah, there's a fun thing where you can collect coins or you can collect keys with your magic power-up band. You can meet Bowser Jr., but I don't want to spoil too much, so you're gonna have to go to Super Nintendo World and find out for yourself.
Super Nintendo World opens soon, so if you have any more questions, you can go there, get them answered for yourself.
Hey, but we're happy to make the trip for you, so keep an eye on IGN for all the latest on what the park has to offer.
Wahoo!
No, we said no Mario impressions.
No, wahoo!
What's up, everybody? Damon here from IGN Game Scoop, the only video game podcast. Every Friday, we discuss the latest gaming news, and when it's a slow news week, we talk about retro games. No console is safe, but it is FanFest, which means there's plenty of exciting new releases to discuss, and I did just that with the developers of the upcoming horror game, Homebody. Check it out. Goodbye, Dream Daddy. Hello, Nightmare Daddy. I'm Damon Hatfield. I'm sitting here with the developers of Homebody, the upcoming horror title from publisher Rogue Games, executive producers and co-stars of Game Grumps, Aaron Hansen and Dan Avidan, and the game's director, Jory Griffiths. Welcome, everyone.
Hey.
Hi, Dan.
Hello.
It occurs to me it's fitting that we're taping this segment on today, Friday the 13th.
My wife told me that. And I was like, whoa, I hope no bad stuff happens today. So far, only good stuff.
Only good stuff. First off, tell us what's the sort of, I watched the trailer that's out there already. What's the sort of setup for Homebody?
It's a group of friends go out to a remote house. It's a very traditional slasher movie setup at first. Kind of more of like an existential angst interpersonal ennui situation, and then the lights go out and somebody with a knife shows up, and they all get murdered, and then the characters kind of snap back to at the beginning of the night with only the vaguest memory of what happened, and then the story kind of goes from there as a kind of classic non-combat survival horror puzzle experience.
Interesting. So like maybe 90s era Resident Evil type of experience?
Totally that type of thing, yeah. We've got fixed cameras, so it kind of feels the same way that did Alone in the Dark. PlayStation Clock Tower is a big reference point for the game, so that type of feel.
And aesthetically too, it's really, really beautiful in that way.
I wanted to ask you about the aesthetics. It does seem to have like a throwback kind of a lo-fi look. How did you land on that?
Well, yeah, the goal was kind of to recreate like the emotional experience of how those games felt, rather than like strictly going for that exact same like size of poly and texture resolution and the like weird jiggly PlayStation vertex effect. In addition to like those PlayStation games, there's a lot of like DOS game influence on it too, from like Another World and stuff like that. The goal is really like kind of putting the player in that retro nostalgic place, but sort of trying to update it.
All right, you guys have brought with you an exclusive trailer just for FanFest. Let's take a look. All right, very creepy. Tell us a little bit about what we just saw.
Basically, I mean, we saw a couple of good looks at the killer, a couple of little teases about the nature of the reality. We saw the protagonist, Emily, and her group of friends in a bad situation. So, and a lot of emphasis on the clock that we were talking about.
Right.
It's a probably the worst enemy in the game. It's just time constantly moving.
It's the worst enemy in life.
Wow.
Wow. That's a bummer.
Very profound.
Aaron and Dan, has your history of playing horror games on Game Grumps helped with development on Homebody?
Well, that's an interesting question. I guess so, because I don't usually play horror games. So because we had played a lot more horror games just naturally on Game Grumps, I had a lot more to talk about with Jory when we would just kind of spitball ideas and stuff. So yeah, I guess so.
I deal terribly with them, just
Really?
in general. Yeah, I'm scared of everything, and the funny thing to me is how Jory is maybe the sweetest, kindest guy I've ever met, and it's really awesome to see the horrors that lurk within.
It's always the ones that seem nice
Yeah.
that you got to worry about.
Pretty sweet.
Okay, we're gonna play a game, keeping with the throwback horror theme. We have a segment on a podcast I host for IGN called Game Scope, where we zoom into games really close and you try to guess what the game is. Rules are simple. I'm going to show you a zoomed in screenshot. I'm going to ask you if you can guess which it is. If you can't guess, we'll zoom out a little bit, then we'll zoom out a little bit more. So.
These are all horror games?
Well, yeah. So these are all actually sort of retro. Either
okay.
straight up horror games or a game that had something sort of spooky about it.
Got it.
Game number one, mystery game number one. Any guesses?
Polygonal floor. That red thing is weird.
Yeah, I don't know what that. I'm bothered that the skirting on. I assume that's a wall corner, but maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm thinking too much.
Oh,
about
that
it,
it's
but
like off.
It's not parallel with
Yeah.
the floorboards. What's going on there?
Well, presumably the floorboard is just like a texture that they just are running, and for some reason they cocked it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's zoom out a level.
Oh, it's
So much more
Is this Mario 64?
It is Mario 64. It is Mario 64.
Wow.
So the thing that I thought was skirting was the side of the piano.
Yeah,
darn
because
it.
it was cocked.
That
yeah.
piano did devastate me as a kid.
The piano's pretty scary.
Yeah, I was really bothered by it.
All right, that was a warm-up round. Let's move into round two here.
Growing a grandpa. I don't know how many people know that game.
Yeah.
It was scary though.
The black parts on the sides, I feel like are shadows.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, let's bring it out one more level.
Oh, baby, this is Silent Hill 2.
It is Silent Hill 2.
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
good job.
Well done.
Dang, all right. So that was Pyramid Head's smock.
Let's keep it going. So roll right into round three. Ooh, this is going to be tough.
Is that... That's not Gray Fox from Metal Gear Solid, is it? Okay, no.
It's not.
That's a negative. It looks like an arm with like a t-shirt and then like a robot arm.
Like a cyborg thing underneath, yeah. Is it Olga from MGS2?
I think it's too low poly for that.
It's not a Metal Gear. Let's zoom out a level.
Oh, it's... Wait. Hold on. Let's be real about this.
It's Ocarina, right?
It's
not Majora.
I know, but like, why?
Because that's Link.
No, but he's Link in Majora as well. So like, which one is it? Is that like a master? It's not a master hand. Oh, it's the
floor
thing in the,
master or whatever,
no,
right?
it's the sewer thing with the hands that come out of the ground. That's Ocarina.
Yeah, it is Ocarina.
Yeah.
Good job.
You are correct. Yes, it's
Wow.
this
Yeah.
nightmare fuel thing.
That was
I
scary.
now want to watch you play this all day.
Yeah.
Okay, final round. You guys have been doing a great job. Let's see if we can end strongly. Final round.
We cannot.
Resident Evil 4.
It's not Resident Evil 4.
Is it Resident Evil 1, the GameCube version?
It's not any Resident Evil.
Bloodborne.
Thank you for that. It was a very generous clue.
Right, let's zoom out a level.
Oh man.
Oh, my
Might have
goodness.
saved the hardest one for last.
Is that a UI element?
Yeah, there's a
Yellow?
UI element. What is that?
Ooh, we got a better view here. Is that is the bottom right somebody's ear?
I thought it looked like a person. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What game has UI like that?
Is this the House of the Dead 2?
It is not House of the Dead.
Typing of the Dead.
Typing of the Dead.
Yeah. Smart. Wow.
Smart
great
looking
work.
boy. Enormous hair.
Yeah.
Great job. Okay, thank you so much for playing. Since this event is called FanFest, we did have some fans sending questions regarding horror game development for you before we let you out of here.
That's cool.
So Jaffs73 asks, is there a limit on how horrifying a game can be?
Well, I mean, there's like the elements of like aesthetics, right? Where it's like, this is scary, right? But then there's also the thing that's unique to games, and that a game can scare you with the mechanics, right? Like you can set up expectations and then flip them on their head and stuff. Like some of the scariest games aren't even horror games. They're just games that put you in situations where you're terrified of what's going to happen next.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
One of the scariest games I've ever played was Doki Doki Literature Club. And that's like that, it's because it sets up the rules of a world and then gets you comfortable with them and then changes those rules. And that's very freaky in its own way.
Lorenzo's 2003 asked, does making a game third person cause it to be less scary? Or is first person inherently scarier?
For a player like me, who's like more like I really care about like the mechanics more than like the aesthetics or the narrative or something like that, it's a lot more effective when a game does something and I know like exactly where like the parameters of everything are. So like I know that this character is here and they take up like about this much space. So like if something's coming for me and is like X amount of distance away, like the sort of mental math that it takes in my head to figure out like, oh, I'm screwed, versus like first person where you're running away from something and you don't really know where it is or what's going on, or if this is just like a pre-rendered scene or something that's like it's not going to actually get me. Like I think that's sort of scarier for me, in my opinion.
I think in a first-person game, it's great to have that little tiny halo in the middle of the screen that you can see. But then also, I guess in third-person games, having a flashlight that works in space that way sort of helps to create that. It's almost an illusion of first person because you've only got a narrow cone of vision. So you have to rotate to see more detail. That's probably part of it. It's a very serious answer to that question.
This has been a very serious interview, so a fitting point to end on. That unfortunately is all we have time for today. Aaron, Dan, Jory, thank you all so much for coming by. Homebody is coming soon to PC, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, both Xbox Series consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5. Stay tuned for more details, and for everything else, keep it right here on IGN.
IGN FanFest is presented by TikTok. Share your favorite games and all the ways you play this February on TikTok using #Let'sPlay. So you like IGN, huh? The news, the videos, the guides, and wikis, it's all in your wheelhouse. But do you ever wish there was more? Introducing IGN Plus, a brand new program that's loaded with tons of cool perks and benefits. Sign up for IGN Plus today and you'll unlock free games and in-game content every month, a free subscription to Map Genie Plus, huge discounts for stuff like Dream Gear, Power A, Humble Bundle, the IGN Store, and tons more. IGN Plus is just $29.99 a year for a limited time. You deserve a little extra.
And then he leaves it. He's gone. It's like they just cancel each other out. The story starts and ends in those two mid-credit scenes for Venom Let There Be Carnage and Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, what if people left the theater? Yes, I know a lot of people know to not leave the theater for a Marvel movie, but sometimes people still leave and they don't know that story happened. And what does this mean for the Sony Spider-Man universe? What is Tom Hardy's future in the MCU? Yes, Venom is in the MCU now because a little symbiote thing stayed on the desk with the guy who played Danny Rojas in Ted Lasso. And honestly, Spider-Man, are you even listening? You can use that Spider-Man swinging filter right now on IGN's Instagram. And in fact, you should follow IGN on all social platforms because we have video game previews, we have celebrity moments, and so much more. So let's swing with Spider-Man and follow IGN.
Oh! Have you been stuck on the same quest for just way too long? I just want answers! IGN strategy guides and interactive maps are here to help. IGN guides are trusted by millions, easy to use, and of course, free. You can even track your progress with handy checklists if you go for 100% just like we do.
We're gonna be going over some sensitive material.
IGN has the very best, most complete, and accurate guides for God of War Ragnarok, The Witcher 3, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Genshin Impact, Elden Ring, and so much more.
I will require some time to process this information.
Every guide is tested and verified for you by experts. Just search for IGN.
Hey, wait. Have you ever asked yourself this question? If we need to make mistakes to learn, why are we so afraid to make them?
Hey!
Hey, welcome back. Now, IGN FanFest is about to become a fan feast because up next, we're doing some culinary combat with the team behind ramen. And no, I'm not talking about in the game either, with real bowls of real spicy ramen. It's the hottest interview of FanFest. Bon appetit.
Man, this is. You said. To be honest, like, I'm doing okay here up until that last second there, and like let's start to kick in.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Benjamin Watts, and I am here with Eric and Dustin from Animal, the developers of the game Ramen. Welcome to IGN FanFest, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Don't get too nervous, because in front of us, you may have noticed that we have bowls of ramen. I can already feel the heat coming off it. Because these aren't just ordinary bowls of ramen. No, they're extremely spicy bowls. And to help heat things up for this FanFest, the three of us are going to take a bite of this ramen before every question about ramen. Gents, are you ready?
I think so, yeah. We have our lawyer here. He's actually not allowed in the room now for some reason.
All right, gents, chopsticks at the ready. Let's start the process. Cheers. Cheers. First bite, here we go.
Wait a minute, this is not even ramen. This is plastic.
Yeah, have it. Oh, here we go.
I'm getting
Okay.
It is spicy. It's a good spicy.
That first bite is.
Let's get into it. Let's start with an easy one, guys.
Okay.
Let me get a better bite here.
You're going for two? That's it. Okay.
Means business. But let's tell us about ramen. Tell us about the game.
Still a napkin.
Yeah, go for it. So yeah, ramen is a third-person arena-based food fighter, basically, with emphasis on mess making and just kind of chaos.
Yep.
It's just, all our weapons are food-based. Everything's food-themed.
Let me get some of this broth in here.
Well, I'm glad you're not, but I definitely am.
Get in there.
That's good stuff. Okay, tell me about some of ramen's influences.
Oh, man.
And how you guys have put your own twist on the game to make it your own.
I mean, we definitely got a lot of influence from The Simpsons. Like, all the Matt Groening stuff, like Futurama.
Bam! Mein soufflé!
There's a lot of Rick and Morty references. And also, like, the Muppets. Muppets were, like, a big influence on the way the characters look.
Oh,
we like this, like, weird deadpan, like, thing going with these little characters here.
I love
feel like
that.
I'm getting the heat now.
Yeah, it's coming in. Yeah, I think also shows like Adventure Time, like the ridiculousness of that, like the Candy Kingdom stuff. It's also food-based, so
Kingdom.
Yeah, it kind of falls in line with like our food-themed world.
Yeah.
So we drew a lot of inspiration from that as well.
I love it. I gotta check it. I'm feeling some sweats coming down.
I'm getting sweats. I got the beanie on too, but I'm seeing Eric in the corner of my mouth, and I'm like, damn, this is tight.
Yeah, Eric, you're handling it pretty well.
Well, I'm lying, so this is not good right now.
I'm like, can we keep going? Can you push through?
Yeah, let's
get some more in there. We'll get some noodles.
Let's do another one here.
Another big. Also, we'll say the influence too. Like down the street from where we are right now, there's a place called Sujita Annex. That's where the game was actually came up with.
Oh, no.
We were eating ramen there, and we're like, this. We're like, oh man, that'd be cool to make a little ramen shop game where like a shamisen is playing, and people are like being hurried out of the restaurant.
So
we made it, and it sucked.
And we pivoted to make it more like food, like mess making themed and more like chaotic. So like that's where we conceived it. Had a horrible idea and then pivoted to this.
Yeah. When we say horrible, we mean that.
I mean, it was bad. Yeah.
Listen, I feel like you are hearing the music in your head because you're plowing through it
I was gonna say I'm actually
why?
Well, I'm actually hungry. It's here in front of me. I'm eating. It's 2:00. It's my feeding time.
Have you guys been taking in the broth? You're gonna push that extra level?
No. I'm definitely feeling it.
Let's see. I want to see you guys take a sip. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna antagonize.
All right, I'll do a sip.
I can't be the only one with the burning lips of death over here.
I'm definitely feeling it.
Really hits the back of the throat. Yep. If you can see this, you can see the ramen. Might be gross. This is not ramen. This is blood. That's what's happening to me right now.
Is that what this is?
My face is on fire. Now, were there any specific design elements from similar games that you wanted to avoid in ramen?
There was a lot of, essentially playing a lot of other games. Like I got cussed out pretty hard in like tournament modes and all these things. So we wanted to make something that wasn't so like intense. And it was like, we could laugh about dying. Because Yeah, being cussed out. And like people leaving.
I think the
game on
stress
you.
of highly competitive multiplayer games is something we really wanted to avoid when conceiving this. So we didn't want to punish people for dying or just performing badly. We wanted it to be kind of funny and fun and just have an overall more uplifting experience.
Have a good time.
Yeah, so like that's kind of like our core design, to not focus on that, to focus on just like the fun, the mess making, just doing goofy things all the time and not being punished for it.
Now, I know you guys said that you pivoted away from your original idea. Now, when coming up with the game, was there any fat that you had to cut, whether it be characters or other elements or game modes that you just like?
All the time, all the time. You know, like, we really listen to the community. We have like we're doing like some open tests a little while ago, and we'll have like a survey and kind of figure out like, okay, where we need to like maneuver. But then I mean, like all the times we're like following the fun, and we'll make something we think is cool, and then we'll put it out there. And we're like, oh, that wasn't so good. And so like we just kind of like we'll snip it. We don't want to release something that's doesn't feel finished. I mean, it probably will still not feel finished because this is Eric and I working on it here.
Yeah.
But like you know, I think we just don't want people going like, what the heck is this? So we put a lot of thought into everything, and we're making decisions too, like right now about some stuff that we might remove.
Yeah, we've cut game modes that we prototyped. We've cut like weapons, like those things kind of happen all the time. It's just
it makes it better.
It does, yeah. So we're really receptive to feedback from our community and our fans. Like we love hearing from them. And
it's clear that you guys are putting a lot of care into the game just by you showing up here today and taking on this gauntlet. Now, I have one final question, but I'm not going to go into it without an absolute massive intake of this fire. Mainly because the voice in my head is telling me I need to do it.
Eat the egg.
Eat the egg. No, I'll here we go. Egg down. Easy. Okay.
I gotta be careful.
First time. I'm getting delirious at this point.
This is very good. Thank you. Thank you, by the way, for getting good ramen here.
And for the final question, the game has a full menu of game modes, such as clam chowder, meatball, and top ramen. Can you tell us which is your favorite to play and why?
There is there's in ramen, there's what kind of makes it I think stand out a little bit is that there is a thing called sudden death, where as you play, the winners kind of like keep advancing to the next step, right? But eventually we like turn you on your friends. So you're the group that you're playing with, whether it's random or people like from a group, you're turned on each other, and it's like you either split or fight, and you kind of don't know who's like voting what until you're in the game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a fun little thing where you can kind of turn on your friends and make them fight for you and all that stuff. Man, this is to be honest, like I'm doing okay here up until that last second there, and like let's start to kick in.
Yeah. I kind of agree. The sudden death mode is to me the most fun, just because it flips it turns everyone on their heads. It turns the game mode on its head, where you had a team, you're working together, and now you get a choice to like fight against them and take everything basically. So we really enjoy that aspect of it.
It's a fun thing. Eternalism. Who's the weasel? Who's the weasel?
Yeah.
That's the best thing about playing video games, is that sometimes your friends will make you the best enemies. So it looks like that's about all the time we have here. Thank you again, Eric and Dustin, for stopping by and eating some regrettably spicy ramen with me.
No, this has been good.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having us.
Deliciously hot.
It is actually delicious.
No,
props to the people preparing the ramen in the back.
They're in here somewhere.
Ramen is coming to PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch later this year. And for everything else spicy, keep it here at IGN.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Well, that was a hot, spicy mess, but when it comes to ramen, that's pretty much exactly what to expect. Speaking of action-packed video games that involve burning stuff, the upcoming roguelite first-person shooter Witchfire is heating up ahead of its release later this year, and we've got a brand new look at it right now. Check it out.
Hi, my name is Adrian Chmielasz, and I am the creative director at The Astronauts. In this video, I want to show you how guns work in Witchfire. When you get a new gun, it's just a dead piece of metal. Let's take this hand cannon, called Hunger, as an example. It works as expected, can get the job done, but there's nothing special about it. Well, that's because its true power is hidden from mere mortals. All guns have powerful magic inside them, but only the witch hunters can access it. Let's see that in action. Hunger feeds on critical hits. Reloading it will give you as many extra powerful bullets as critical hits before the reload. So, for example, here I score 3 critical hits, then I reload, and now the first 3 bullets from the new clip have extra power. But that's just the first level of the hunter's attunement with the gun. The second level makes the gun even more powerful because that extra strength of bullets is no longer a flat increase. Now it also depends on the number of critical hits before the reload. Here's me scoring a critical hit, reloading, and firing that new extra strength bullet at another enemy. Nope, that was not enough to kill him. But now let's see what happens if I score, say, 3 critical hits, reload, then shoot the same enemy. There we go, this time just 1 bullet was enough. As you can see, this particular weapon is one for an eagle eye hunter because it can only sing if you hit your crits. But when you do hit them, you become a powerful, evil killing machine. And that's how the gun magic works in Witchfire. Thank you for watching, and by the way, yes, there's also the final 3rd level of attunement. And in the case of hunger, it can do things like this.
That was Witchfire right here on IGN FanFest. Now, we had a lot of fun these past 2 days, but all good things must come to an end. If you didn't win any free game codes, that sucks for you. But you can go over ahead and sign up for IGN Rewards for a chance to win more, or you can subscribe to IGN Prime and get free game codes every single month, along with deals, special offers, and no ads.
If any of the games we showed off during FanFest caught your eye, head to IGN's Steam page and add them to your wish list. And if you want to see some of the highlights from our interviews, you can find them on IGN's TikTok.
This show might be over, but IGN covers gaming, movies, and shows all year round. So make sure you're following us wherever you like to watch or get your news.
And be sure to keep an eye out for our live coverage around big events like E3, San Diego Comic-Con, and Gamescom later this year.
So from all of us to everyone who watched at home, thank you for joining us. Now, without you, FanFest would be a non-fest. Now, we'll see you next time. Take care.
IGN FanFest is presented by The Last of Us Part 1, available on PS5 and PC, rated M for mature. Tune into IGN 1 on your smart TVs for the latest news on your favorite releases, gameplay exclusives, and all the entertainment you can handle.
Cinefix on IGN 1, your friendly Friday night home for film fanaticism.
You're watching The Weekly Fix, ready to fill you in on anything you may have missed in the world of gaming and entertainment.
Welcome to Should I Play This?
This is what to watch here on IGN 1.
Find it all in one place for free on IGN 1.
They turned into a network. Who knew? Let's go.
Wow, I can't wait to see Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. And there's tons more where that came from, so follow IGN on all social channels. We got video game previews, we got celebrity moments, and so much more. So come on, follow IGN. Whoa!
So you like IGN, huh? The news, the videos, the guides, and wikis, it's all in your wheelhouse. But do you ever wish there was more? Introducing IGN Plus, a brand new program that's loaded with tons of cool perks and benefits. Sign up for IGN Plus today and you'll unlock free games and in-game content every month, a free subscription to Map Genie Plus, huge discounts for stuff like Dream Gear, Power A, Humble Bundle, the IGN Store, and tons more. IGN Plus is just $29.99 a year for a limited time. You deserve a little extra.
I love Splinter Cell. Conviction, which is probably my least favorite in the mainline series, only because it's more of an action game than a stealth game.
But you're right, it is more actiony. And you know what? I like that, Ryan. I think it's cool to have big moments where you can execute everybody in a room.
It's not an action game.
You can bust in, execute everybody in a room
one
that
stupid
you've marked.
button. I had to stop
And it's
myself from
great.
pressing.
But if you want the Splinter Cell
Look how
experience,
dumb that is.
It's awesome!